Hello, so today I'm going to be talking about chapter 3 of my adoption journey. So, this chapter is called Actually Adopting. So, we are almost there. So, in 2020 is when we decided to start the adoption process. So we found an adoption agency and we decided to sign a contract with them. So their contract was for 2 years. So once we sign with the contract, we get to talk with the director, and he assured us that because of our preferences, that it was highly likely that we would have a baby within the 6 month mark. So, we were excited just by hearing that sort of news. So, here 6 months come and we do not have a baby. So, we were like, things happen. Our time will come. Basically, it's a 2 year contract. So, let's continue to pray and let's continue to wait. So during the waiting process after the 6 months, we get contacted by one of the agency's coordinators, and they let us know that the person that we're working with, the coordinator that we're working with, is going to be taking another role within the company. So they're going to assign us a different coordinator. And we was like, okay, things happen. So we got to meet that coordinator, and she was very genuine. But one thing that I did not care for is that she wanted to sway us with our preferences, and she was telling us, if we open our preferences a little more, that we would probably be viewed by more EMs or expecting mothers. And anyone who is in the waiting pool for adoption, they want their profile viewed as much as possible. So, the chances of them being selected is high. So, although we wanted that, we still wanted what we wanted. So, in spite of her trying to encourage us, we stuck to our preferences and we decided to stay where we were. And, we just believe that whatever God has for us is for us. He knows the desires of our hearts and He knows what we want. So we decided not to open up our preferences to anything that we, just really didn't want. So moving forward down the timeline, here it is after 6 months and 7 months and 8 months, and here it is 12 months later, and still no baby. So, we're definitely discouraged at this point. So, we contacted the agency again, and we told them that we wanted to take them up upon one of the clauses that was in the contract. And the clause in the contract stated that if you are in a place where you feel like you need a break from being viewed, and you just need a breather from the whole adoption process, you need to regroup, or whatever it is that you're going through, whatever the reason is, that you need to just put a pause on everything and then just regroup and come back. That is fine. You have up to 6 months to do that, and we'll put your contract on hold at whatever time it is. We will put it on hold, and once you decide to come back to us, we will just resume everything. So that's what we decided to do. At I believe it was the 13th month mark, we decided to put our contract on hold with the adoption agency. And because we just wasn't feeling it, and our hearts was just, just down and sad. So during that year, we were talking with other people that were also adopting, and they were telling us about their agency, except it wasn't an adoption agency, it was a consulting agency. So I talked with my husband and we decided to give them a call, see what they were about, and we actually liked them. So I said, what do you think about signing up with a second agency? And he wasn't really on board. And then I kept, trying to encourage him. This will, just open us up more. To being selected. So finally, he got on board with that. So we signed with a consulting agency in April of 2021. And that was a 18-month contract. So now we are with a 24-month contract with an adoption agency, and we are with an 18-month contract with the consulting agency. So we're excited. We're like, okay, one of them, they have got to, choose us to be parents. So we were just excited that we just, expanded our options and things like that. So I would say probably towards the end of the year, about 6 or 7 months later, that would put us around October. So, around October of 2021, we decided to resume our contract with the adoption agency. So now we are about 16, 17 months into the 24-month contract. And so we were like, hey, we'll just let both of them go at the same time, and whatever comes. So we were just excited about that. So now we are just basically in the waiting pool with both organizations. So this is how we actually got the two under two who were born within 2 months of each other. So continuing with chapter 3, actually adopting. So as I said in the prior video, we signed with two entities. We signed with an adoption agency, which was a 24-month contract, and then we signed with a consulting agency, which was an 18-month contract. So here we are in 2021. So here's the breakdown of it. So in April of 2020, we signed with the adoption agency. And then, let's see, in April of 2021, we signed with the consulting agency. And then that following month, May of 2021, we paused the adoption agency contract. October of 2021, we unpaused the adoption agency contract and we said, hey, let's just run it all the way to the end. So in December of 2021, the consulting agency called us and said, Hall family, you have been selected. And Expecting Mom has basically reviewed your profile. She loved everything that you had to say in your profile. She loved the Expecting Mother letter that you wrote her, and she has selected you. So we were basically to the moon, right? And then here comes the next year. So February of 2022, the adoption agency called us and said, hey, Hall family, you have been selected by an Expecting Mom. Same thing. She reviewed your profile. She really liked you, and she wants to select you as the adoptive parents for her baby. So we were like, what? How? We just didn't know what to do. First of all, we didn't even know if it was legal. So we had to contact our social worker and ask her about it, because we know different states have different rules and regulations and things like that. So she got back with us and she basically let us know that there was no rules, or it was not basically illegal to be adopting two babies at the same time. So basically, she said, move forward with it. So that's basically what we did, and that is how we got two under two who were born 2 months within each other. So in 2022, we had two baby boys. Our first baby boy was born in March, and our second baby boy was born in May. And we brought both of them home, and we are very, very, very happy. So that is our story of actually adopting. So if you have any questions, just ask me in the comments, because I don't want to, bore you with all these other, details. So if you want to know, like, how the adoption agency let the waiting families know about the expecting moms, or what they had to, say about their profiles, or if they had anything to say about their profiles, how the EMs communicated with the waiting families, or vice versa. If you want to know how many no's we received from the adoption agency and from the consultancy. What else? If you want to know how the second expecting mother found out, and how she was notified, and how she felt about us being accepted for the first adoption, which we had to reveal to her. So if you want to know things like that, and anything else that you have questions about with our with both of our adoptions, just drop it in the comments, and I'll be sure to get back with you. So actually adopting, it was definitely a journey and a process, and it's a road to be traveled by, and you must take the Lord along with you, because let me tell you, whew, it was just a journey. So thank God that he was with us and he blessed us.